Hello and welcome. I'm Imana Amawe. Coming up on the program today. After 49 days away, President Muhammadu Buhari arrives Kaduna Air Force Base from London. And U.S. commends Nigeria anti-HIV/AIDS campaign. Bayelsa State Government upgrades its health care facilities. Many thanks for staying with us. The long wait is over as President Muhammadu Buhari today returned to the country after 49 days away on medical vacation. He arrived at exactly 7:41 a.m. at the Air Force Base, Mando, Kaduna. He was received by the Kaduna State Deputy Governor, Bala Bantex, the GOC, 1 Division, Commissioner of Police and other dignitaries. The President, after alighting from the presidential jet, left to Abuja via a chopper.
It's about 5:30 a.m. and the GOC 1 Division of the Nigerian Army, the Deputy Governor of Kaduna State, Mr. Bala Bantex, the head of the DSS and the police operatives are all here waiting for the arrival of President Muhammadu Buhari. At exactly 7:40 a.m., the presidential plane touches the ground. Everyone waiting anxiously, and soon the president alights from the plane, beaming with smiles. He then exchanges pleasantries, beginning with the deputy governor. And then straight he goes into a waiting chopper, taking him to the presidential villa in Abuja. The president has been away for 49 days, and his absence has generated lots of debate and anxiety. His return, though, now puts to rest all the discourse on when the president will return to the country.
And at the presidential villa, the president thanked Nigerians for their prayers, support and show of solidarity for his government. He says he's much better now and owes his survival to God's mercy and his military experience. President Buhari also says that the vice president will continue to attend to issues of governance as he recuperates fully. He was received at the First Lady's Conference Hall at the presidential villa.
The helipad in the presidential villa was under surveillance as early as 6 o'clock in the morning. Security personnel cordoned off the whole area, awaiting the arrival of the president. Also present were the vice president, who led other government officials and security chiefs. The presidential chopper touches ground at about 8:40 in the morning. The president alights and heads straight to be received by the vice president and the retinue of government officials who are waited all morning to receive him. His convoy heads straight to the residence and into the First Lady's conference room for a short reception that featured welcome speeches from the representatives of the state governors, the service chiefs, the ministers, and the vice president himself.
So as usual, we'll continue to remain steadfast to praying for you and for the nation.
Will provide the necessary security and safety environment for the government and the people of the country.
Your arrival today has vindicated our position, our faith, and I believe that he will return safely.
I think more importantly, sir, you demonstrated a belief in our constitution, which is possibly more important than anything else. Rules.
The president says he is recuperating very well.
I am feeling much better now.
He believes in the efficacy of prayers.
I am deeply grateful to all Nigerians, Muslims and Christians alike, who have prayed and are continuing to pray for my good health. This is a testimony that in spite of the hardship being experienced, Nigerians support the government in its effort to tackle our country's challenges.
Even as he calls on Nigerians to trust the ability of his vice president.
I am pleased that he has to do much more this time around. Youth and intellect is squarely behind him. Age and purely military experience is behind him. I deliberately come back towards the weekend so that the Vice President will continue and I will continue to rest. Thank you.
President Buhari was away to the United Kingdom for about 50 days. While there, speculations about his health conditions took different dimensions. Many Nigerians, especially those who have been praying for him, will be watching to see how his return and subsequent resumption of work will put paid to such speculations. Chukwuma Onwekusi, Channels Television News.
Yes, the president is indeed back in the country, but he's expected to transmit a letter to the National Assembly on Monday indicating his return and resumption of work. Well, moving on now, teachers and students have hailed the post-insurgency plans of the Yobe state government concerning the education sector, part of which is the renovation of schools. While students and the government says it plans to revive the education sector by creating a good and learning environment. Yobe State was one of the northeastern states that bore the brunt of the Boko Haram militancy.
Now that peace has finally returned to Yobe State, the government of Governor Ibrahim Gaidam has begun implementing the post-insurgency program in the education sector. The first school to benefit from this program is the government secondary school in Fika local government area, where the governor and some cabinet members took time out to inspect the newly renovated block of classrooms, school auditorium, hostel facility, library, laboratories, staff quarters and administrative block, among others. After the inspection of the school facilities, the governor also spent some time with the students on the assembly ground, where he encouraged them to reciprocate the gesture by working hard and shun drug abuse plus other social vices capable of destroying their future.
You didn't have good classrooms, no dormitories. You used to read under the trees. You slept under very difficult conditions. And based on the information provided by the Minister of Education, we said we are going to renovate these schools. Not only renovating them, I can assure you we are going to punish them accordingly.
For the Commissioner of Education, more schools will benefit from the ongoing renovation program.
We have been going around to see to the completion of the projects in this school. Thank God it has been completed today, and it is only remaining commissioning.
The school principal is satisfied over the infrastructural project.
Really, we are looking for the renovation for a long time. We really suffer, but God in His mercy brought the time and the school was renovated.
At the end of the inspection, the governor calls on the federal government and other NGOs to assist the state in rebuilding the state education sector.
In the meantime, the Delta State chapter of the Nigerian Union of Teachers on Thursday, March the 9th, 2017, embarked on an indefinite strike over non-payment of monthly salaries to primary school teachers as at when due, and the willful downgrading of teachers, non-payments of minimum wage arrears of primary school teachers, amongst other issues. While students and pupils who turned up in school were asked to return home, one of the teachers who begged to remain anonymous says the NUT had expressed dismay over the way the state government and its agencies were handling issues affecting teachers and the education sector in the state. And still ahead on the program, more states upgrading infrastructure, this time Bayelsa State. Stay with us.